Foremost, I want to call Allah Yahweh by Shimi Hawashai. It's all praises to the Most High God. The name is only God's Son. It's your brother, talked upon you by Yahweh, Sakari Chicago. Just want to do a quick video going into a lot of this madness that I'm seeing, especially on Facebook. It's a lot of brothers out here pushing this doctrine that it's okay for Israelites to get tattoos, which is clearly against the laws of the Bible. So first, we're going to go into this quick article. I'm going to try to speed through it as quick as I can about the history and origin of tattoos. Then we're going to go into the etymology of a couple of words that are synonymous with tattoos. And then we're going to get the scriptures last but not least. So let's just get into it. History and origins of tattoos. This can be found on authoritytattoo.com, right? And it reads, tattoos are permanent forms of body art which belong to multiple of different cultures all over the world. Here we take a close look at the history of tattoos. We'll focus on where they originated and how practices have evolved since then. We also will look at how societal attitudes towards tattoos have changed. When and where were tattoos first performed? Tattoos date back many thousands of years. In fact, we have firm evidence that tattooing is an ancient art. After discoveries of tattoos on mummified skin were found, the oldest evidence of human tattoos is believed to be from between 3370 BC and 3100 BC. Otzi, the Iceman, was discovered in September 1991. His nickname comes from the location he was found in Otzi Alps. His body has naturally mummified and preserved, making him Europe's oldest human mummy. Otzi's body has a total of 61 tattoos in various different locations, with the majority of these ink inscriptions located on his legs. Close examination of the markings of the mummy indicate that soot or fireplace ash was used to create the tattoos. While Otzi may be evidence of the first tattoos known to mankind, other eras and ages throughout history reveal a long and rich history of tattooing. There is evidence of this from over 49 different locations around the world where tattooed mummies and remains have been discovered. Locations where ancient tattoos have been recorded on human remains include Alaska, Mongolia, Greenland, Egypt, China, Sudan, Russia, and the Philippines. All of these discoveries link to different periods of time throughout ancient history. Some of these date back to 2100 BC. Ancient and traditional practices. As the first tattoos date back to ancient civilizations, the reasons behind the tattoos are fueled by different theories. These theories reflect the location and cultures of the civilizations themselves. Let's take a closer look at some of these ancient civilizations and some theories about why they used to tattoo themselves. China and Asia, the Moabite, the Ammonite, the Mamza of the Bible, man, the incest babies, right? The children of Lot. Some cemeteries across western China in the province of Xinjiang have revealed a number of tattooed mummies. Some mummies date as far as back as 2100 BC, while others are considerably younger, dating to around 550 BC. Within ancient Chinese practices, tattooing was considered to be barbaric and was highly stigmatized. Ancient Chinese culture refers to folk heroes and bandits as having tattoos. It is also thought to have been fairly common for convicted criminals to be branded with a tattoo on their face. This tattoo was used to warn other members of society that this person could not be trusted. Egypt, right? Y'all love Egypt, right? Y'all love the damn Hamite. There have been discoveries of tattooed mummies from ancient Egypt, which suggests that the practice here dates back to at least 2000 BC. Some theories indicate that the tattoos found on the mummies were for decorative purposes. Research by Daniel Fouquet suggests that in ancient Egypt, tattoos may have even been performed as a medical treatment. His examination of the different scars found on mummified body of the priestess Hathor Salakia suggests that the markings could have been a treatment of pelvic periton pe, hold on wait Salakia pelvic peritonitis. Another interesting discovery, Salakia, wait, that wasn't supposed to happen. Another interesting discovery about tattooing from ancient Egypt is that it appears this practice was only carried out on women. This theory is supported by the fact that there is little to no evidence, either physical or artistic, that men received tattoos. This practice changed, however, during the Meriadic period between 300 BC and 400 CE, Salakia, when Nubian men received tattoos. Samoa, the damn Japhite, right? Samoa. Tattooing has formed a part of Samoan culture, traditions for thousands of years. The history of tattooing in Samoa is a great example of how tattoos can form an integral part of social culture. It is even believed that the modern-day English word tattoo may have originated from the Samoan word tattoo. The tradition of receiving tattoos by hand in Samoa have been practiced for more than 2,000 years. The techniques and tools used for this traditional practice have largely changed during this time. Have hardly changed during this time either. The skill is taught and passed down from father to son. The tool used to give the tattoos is handmade from a turtle shell and a boar's teeth. The process of receiving traditional tattoos takes many weeks to complete. Tattoo ceremonies are generally held to mark a younger chief's ascension to the leadership role within society. Once complete, the tattoos represent and celebrate dedication to the culture and great endurance. These tattoos are extremely painful to receive, and the procedure comes with a great risk of infection. Unfortunately, those who are unable to endure pain can be branded with the mark of shame. Ancient Greece and Rome, right? The faggots, man. Were we not captive in, ancient Greece, Rome? Also, the Japhites had us in captivity, the Medo-Persians, along with the Egyptians. All of them are listed on this list, about their customs basically being tattoos, right? This is their custom, the way of the heathen. But let's keep reading. Written records provide evidence of tattooing from the 5th century BCE in Greece. Tattoos during this era in Greece and Rome were used mainly on the outcasts of society. Criminals, prisoners of war, and slaves would be branded with their status. A famous example of the use of tattoos by ancient Greeks was the Athenians tattooing owls onto the Samaeans after defeating them. Evidence shows that the use of the verb citizen, which means to prick, when referring to tattooing in their ancient literature. Throughout ancient Rome, there is also evidence of soldiers as well as arms manufacturers getting tattoos. It is believed that this practice continued right through the 9th century. Slaves were also marked with a tattoo in ancient Roman times to show they had paid their taxes, right? So, before I go any further, harping on this whole Egyptian thing, right? Let me just get this. Going into the vain customs of the heathen, right? And how stupid and dumb the damn Egyptians were, man. So this is an article from the SmithsonianMag.com, right? About tattoos. And although it has been assumed that such tattoos were the mark of prostitutes or were meant to protect women against sexually transmitted diseases. Wait, you marking up your body permanently is supposed to stop you from getting a damn STD in homosexual Egypt? These niggas are mad, man. I personally believe that the tattooing of ancient Egyptian women had a therapeutic role and functioned as a permanent form of amulet during the very difficult time of pregnancy and birth. This is supported by the pattern of distribution largely around the abdomen, on top of the thighs and the breast, and would also explain specific types of designs, in particular the net-like distribution of dots applied over the abdomen. During pregnancy, this specific pattern would expand in a protective fashion in the same way bead nets were placed over wrapped mummies to protect them from getting salakia, to protect them and keep everything in, right? The placing of small figures of the household deity Bes at the tops of their thighs would again suggest the use of tattoos as a means of safeguarding the actual birth, since Bes was the protector of women in labor, and his position at the tops of the thighs a suitable location. This would ultimately explain tattoos as a purely female custom, right? So you had these Egyptian men having their women get tattoos of the dwarf god Bes, right? This nigga right here, man. Bes was an ancient Egyptian dwarf god. He was a complex being who was both a deity and a demonic fighter. He was a god of war, yet he was also a patron of childbirth. You know, this is why Jeremiah 10:2 says the customs of the heathen are vain, man, and we shouldn't be following them. But anyway, let's go into the etymology of the word tattoo, right? Tattoo, noun 2. Pigment, design, and skin, 1769, noun and verb, both first attested in writing of Captain Cook from a Polynesian noun such as Tahitian and Samoan, tattoo, heathens, you know, Polynesian and Samoans, them stinking ass Hawaiians, man, over there in the islands, you know. Now I know there are some Israelites within those regions, but mainly those are damn heathens, man. Okay, it's a remnant of our people over there, right? Over there eating fried pork, man, rotisserie pork. Back to it. Marquesian tattoo puncture. Mark made on skin, right? So that's pretty clear cut and dry, right? Let's get this word stigma. Stigma, 1590s, earlier stigmi, 1400, mark made on skin by burning with a hot iron, from Latin stigma, from Greek stigma, mark of a pointed instrument, puncture, tattoo, mark, brand, from root citizen to mark, tattoo. Let's see what the Bible says about getting marks in your flesh, man. Let's see if the Bible agrees with this. Leviticus 19:28. Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am Yahweh. So, no tattoos for the dead, no markings on your flesh, period, man. You're not supposed to be making any cuttings upon your flesh, period, for the dead or any other reason, man. Right? So let's get another scripture. Leviticus 18:3. Oh, wait a minute. It messed up on me. Leviticus 18:3 in the KJV. Boom. Okay. Leviticus 18:3. After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, ye shall not do. After the doings of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you, ye shall not do. Neither shall ye walk in their ordinances. Where did we just read that the ancient Egyptians, you know, they were tattooing, man? Were we not slaves in Egypt? Are we supposed to be following after the Egyptians, following up after the stinking ass Hamite man that sold us to the white man off of the west shores of Africa, man? You know? And last but not least, Proverbs 3:31, right? Proverbs 3:31. Envy not thy oppressor and choose none of his ways. I just went through about, let me see, the Chinese people, the Japanese people, ancient Egyptians, stinking ass Samoans. All those people have the custom of tattooing, man. And the Bible is clearly against it, and you Israelites need to cut it out with the madness, man. Stop following after the ways of Egypt. Stop following the ways after the damn Canaanite. Stop following after the ways of the pork eating Samoan. Stop getting tattoos, man. Stop following the ways of the heathen. That's basically what this video is going into. So with that, I want to give call halal Yahweh by Shimmy Hawashai, and say shalom.